Welcome back to the Empty the Quiver podcast, your front row seats for all things Utah Archers. From game recaps to standout performances, we'll be your guide to all things orange and blue. Let's let it fly. Well, quick turnaround for us here. It is currently 9:37 Eastern time, roughly 3.5 hours after the game ended, and man, we just let another one slip through our fingers. Not that we really had any control over it at any point in that game, but at least we're causing new problems. It's not the offense. It really wasn't the defense. If you want to say it was the defense's penalties that got us, I'm fine with that. But yeah, just another one where we just did not play clean lacrosse. I think they said we had 7.5 or 8 minutes of penalty time. The first 2 minutes of that came straight into the game. Did an awesome job limiting the damage there, and unfortunately, got beat on a rough 2-pointer to start. But really, if not that we're going to go a whole game without penalties, but if you take away the goals in the power play, we win that game 10-7. So just not a performance to be proud of. What are you thinking, JB?
Got my orange on. They went color rush today. But yeah, like you said, they only gave up 7 full strength goals. Unfortunately, they felt like the entire first period was penalties. All in all, they never really got in the groove offensively. After 2 really good games offensively where they shot the ball 50 times or more, back-to-back games, back into the 30s with shots. I think there were 38 shots, which still 10 goals on 38 shots. 10 goals is significantly higher than the 5 spot we put up against California and Maryland in weeks 1 and 3. But still, the defense played well. Not much you can do when you're man down for 8 minutes. But we did get out ground balled again 2 weeks in a row. After 3 games of winning the ground ball battle, California last week, Philadelphia this week, fell behind in ground balls, and that's big. Sis won a ton of faceoffs. Felt like you won every clamp other than like 2. Still finished in the 60s, 65, 66%, something like that. He played great, had an assist, but still feels like that's the area where we could improve in ground balls, the wing play. But overall, not a terrible game, just couldn't really get in that groove because of the flags.
Yeah. I mean, our first shot was the goal by Bo Pedersen with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first. So not going to win a ton of games that way. I mean, 2-pointers in themselves are hard, but I mean, it was a bouncer, and we had been playing defense, mostly man down defense, for pretty much all 9 minutes before that happened. So, yeah, it was just a tough start. We don't have the Woody 2-pointer to ringing off the iron to kind of say, man, we could have, started the game off a little bit better. We started up 2-0, but, still didn't really feel like we had any momentum. Did well to kind of keep ourselves in the game. But man, I mean, we just had short stick switch on to CJ Curse, and that was really the thing. Obviously, Zach Courier came up with that huge ground ball at the end of the game. I mean, he's one of the only players in the world that would come up with that. But yeah, just not a great game. Steins and King are kind of becoming the foundation where you can kind of come to expect 2 or 3, even 4 points from them on a game-to-game basis. I felt like we were in a spot to get some of our shooters hot. I mean, Mac had a great goal late in the third. Trey had a goal late in the third, and just couldn't get the ball back to him, to keep him in the zone. So definitely something that we're going to have to look at, take a long, hard look in the mirror over the All-Star break. The whole offense should get that opportunity because unfortunately none of them made the All-Star team. So, just want to make sure we get all our guys back healthy from that. Go and have a great time, but stay healthy because we've got a long 6-game stretch to finish it out. Any more thoughts on today's game before we kind of preview the back half of the season?
Tago you. I think Mac and Trey did both get those looks, but I was looking for the Trey that played in Carolina, coming out of the box second, full steam ahead, straight at the goal. They weren't able to really get him the ball in that situation much today. It was a lot of the kind of he's set and ready, but standing still.
Yeah.
Same with Mac. Mac, when they played in Carolina, obviously scored a ton of goals, but hands weren't free much today. The one really nice look he had, he buried it. Fields had a magician goal at the very end of the game with 30 seconds left that I kind of thought, well, he scored that. So this is about to win another faceoff and we could sneak away with a win. But
Yeah.
he did win the clamp at the end of that game. Dobson even said in the post game, feels like Mikey's winning a majority of the clamps. So just got to get a little bit better at possession after the fact. But
Yeah.
yeah, Steins and King, they've been the story. I think across the league, young talent has shown to just be super abundant.
Yeah. The future is in good hands.
Absolutely. The draft, when you have third and fourth round draft picks, if you see a team trade one of those, think twice because the drafts are
Yeah.
deep. You can get a stud that can have an immediate impact, like both of them have.
Yeah. I do want to say one more thing. I don't know if I saw Coach Cab on the sidelines today. We had two very uncharacteristic offsides, and I just wonder maybe he wasn't available this weekend. But yeah, just sloppy overall. Like I said, we had 8+ minutes of penalty time. So yeah, I think if we can keep that a little bit more manageable, play a little less man down defense, thankfully we weren't 6-on-3 like we have been at points in the season, but this team can do it. We have to put together a complete game, and we've done that. But we have to continue to do it kind of down the stretch. And I mean, anybody can win any game on any given day in this league. We've got an opportunity to play all four Eastern Conference teams. I think all of those games are very winnable. We can definitely beat this Water Dogs team. Haven't seen us play the Cannons yet. That's a team that's kind of looking at the top of the league from the bottom. So definitely need to go win that game. And then we also have the Chaos and the Outlaws still left. So we have to go play the Outlaws at their place. It's in the first game of the homestand, which hasn't been kind to a lot of hosts.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll jump on them out there, and then we finish the season with Carolina, which I always love. I think the Outlaws are the only team that we have to play at their place. So a lot of neutral site games. I think the East is, like I said, very beatable this year, but we have to come out and score 12 goals and give up less than that. So
It's about time though, right? We played Maryland at their home, Carolina at their home, California at their home. Give us a break. All right.
yeah,
We get
yeah,
New York and Chicago next. So that'll be interesting. Wish I could go to
yeah,
Chicago, big Cubs fan. So love it out there, but not going to make that flight. Last piece from today would be Three Arrows.
yeah.
Ryan Steins.
2-2 from the kid, making us look like geniuses for that second round pick. He's going to be a full time lacrosse player. Lives in Utah already. It's just a dream spot, and glad to see him continue to grow and evolve. I mean, I sent JB a screenshot of his points totals, and I mean he's only been held scoreless in one game, and other than that, he's got 2-3, 2-3, 4. So you know, that that's all you can ask for sometimes. We're gonna have to get some 4 and 5 point games from some of our guys to win some of these down the stretch. But I mean, a rookie that 2 or 3 points a game is all you can ask for.
The amount of criticism Chris Bates got on draft day for taking Ryan Steins to start the second round after passing, obviously, on some offensive players in the first. He says we like our guys. I, can't- I still like. He's made surprise picks on draft day, and they seem to pan out pretty much every time. There are obviously a couple that stand out that didn't, but past couple of years, the guy you think that the Archers will take, they go a different direction, and it's worked out. The young guys really are. They're carrying this team right now on offense.
Yeah. I think for our second pick, getting 2 errors this week, assists. He kept us in the game, going 65%. A tough matchup against the Milkman. I mean, he's just getting bullied all day, and but yeah, 65% with an assist is awesome, and gonna rely on him heavily down the stretch as well.
A ton of ground balls. Felt like if not every single faceoff, almost all the faceoffs he won were to himself. Um, a very large number where it was win, spin, and right down the field into the offense. So that 32-second clock, which has haunted us a lot of times, really wasn't an impact. There was one possession where we scored I think the buzzer went a split second before it got put in the back of the net. So
Yeah, I think it was
if it was
King.
a 33-second shot clock on that one, we have that 11th goal. But yeah, overall, he played fantastic.
Yeah,
Sam King, hat trick. Got to put him up there. He played well today.
yeah. Shot 50%.
Yeah, yeah. It would have been nice if he shot 2 more times, so we got that 11th goal.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything to get another point on the board. But
Yeah,
yeah, between Steins and King, just can't say enough about the contributions they've made.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, future's bright, even on our offense. So we're headed into the All-Star break. Gonna enjoy that, enjoy the fourth. But hopefully we'll be back early next week. Gonna try and grab an interview for us. We'll get some guys in mind, so be on the lookout, players in your DMs. But want to thank you for joining us again, and albeit short episode, but like we said, this team can do it. Any team can win on any given day, but this team in particular, I mean, if we can get the defense going, we can get Dauber above 60%, assists above 60%, and score 12 goals, man, we're gonna be tough to beat. We just got to get it all in one place. So
We're getting there. It's slowly but surely coming together.
it's a long season.
It is. We were down bad after 3 games, having a total of 20 goals. And now through the last 3 games, we've got 39. So
Yeah,
things are pointing in the right direction. Those
yeah,
W's will come. Good luck to Bo and Piper, Mitch Dunham, Brett Dobson in the All-Star game. Stay healthy.
yeah. Stay healthy.
Yeah. No cards tonight. Card segment. Card segment is put on pause until we get a statement from the PLL. I want to see a dual auto. I mean,
Yeah.
boycotting the card segment.
So, well, like I said, thanks again. Please like, share, and comment. We're getting real close to 100 followers on Instagram. We've got a really cool giveaway planned for when we get there. So, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, listen on Spotify and YouTube. And until after the 4th, let it fly.